Good afternoon. I'm Danielle Shenk in the 1011 Now streaming studio with this week's Lancaster Lookout. Joining me now is Chief Deputy Ben Houchin with the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How's it going?
You know what? The sun's finally coming out. It's been gloomy for the last couple of days. We got a little bit of rain that we needed, but it's kind of nice to see the sun out again.
Yeah, it was pretty meh when I walked out this morning, and I was like, oh, hopefully we kind of pick things up here.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be nicer this weekend because I have a ton of leaves in my yard that I need to deal with.
Yeah, you know, those have gone off the trees. There are some yards that are just a layer of leaves.
Yeah, I worked on mine Sunday, came out Monday morning, and it looked like I didn't do anything. So
yeah.
It's that time of year.
Yeah, and then, you know, you rake the leaves and you're probably going to put up some Christmas lights maybe.
Well, you know, and I'm one of those that, you know, wait a bit, Santa, Thanksgiving has to happen first. So
we had that debate we have a little board that we write a question of the day on, and it was, when's the appropriate time to put up Christmas lights? The day after Thanksgiving, after Halloween's over, you know?
Well, a lot of people were out putting them up last weekend, but it was so beautiful. I kind of understood why they did that.
I'll
wait until the coldest day and then.
Yeah, right. Alrighty. Well, we have two cases that the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office needs your help with. So the first one that we're looking at is for a wanted person. So what can you tell us about her?
Well, yes, Kelly Steffens. Back in May of 2025, in Lincoln, she broke into and burglarized 8 different storage sheds. She did get arrested. She was supposed to show up to court in May of this year, or in October of this year, October 10th. And she did not show up, and she got an arrest warrant for her felony charges. And we, in our fugitive task force, have not been able to locate her, and we are looking for citizens' help on locating her and giving us some information so we can get her arrested.
Mm-hmm. And so what kind of evidence is tying her to the May storage unit burglaries that you guys had picked her up for?
Well, I know it was a city case that they worked on that. Okay. So the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office didn't work that, but we have our fugitive task force that's ran out of our office. So that's the reason why she made it to our list and why we want to look for her. We do know she is possibly driving a 2007 silver Chrysler 3000 with Nebraska plates BBP 208. But we have no information of where she's staying at. But we do think she's at least in this area and would hope somebody knows some information and can give us a call.
Yeah. Are there any unique identifiers with that car that you guys are maybe aware of, or just the license plate?
Just the license plate and the thing, and the year and the style. A lot of times we don't even get that much information, so we feel pretty good about that. So if anybody sees that out and about, please give us a holler.
Mm-hmm. Are there any areas that she's known to kind of hang out around, or people that she knows?
Well, we do know and believe she is what we call couch surfing for a while, just going from place to place to place, and that's one of the reasons why we've been having a difficult time finding her.
Mm-hmm. And now for people who kind of have storage units in that area, they should maybe double check their belongings. Any tips for them?
Yeah, you know, one of the things with those, a lot of the storage places, they have codes, they have cameras, and they have those. Those are the kind of places you need to be looking at. There's also those special round locks that are much harder to cut, and those are better ones to do that. And yes, be good to get your own camera so you can see if anything's going on in your storage unit, and making sure you go out and check. I do know a lot of the storage owners do drive-bys and just make sure that everything is secure, and if they see something that they're not used to, they'll make a phone call and check on that. But it's sad to say we have more than a few of those a year. And what happens is you'll get a rash of them because a group or an individual will come and start doing that, and they don't stop until we finally get them caught.
Mm-hmm. So she's been on the run for a little bit, and she's one of a few on your guys' little list here.
Yeah, again, we always talk about this. This is one of the, on our public webpage, one of the most visited pages that we have on that. So it's good that people are looking on that.
Alrighty. And so the next case is maybe tugs at your heartstrings maybe a little bit. It involves a family dog who was shot while on a walk.
Yeah, on the 16th, about 8 o'clock, a couple in between West Pella and West Princeton out in the county, and that is the southwest area of the county. And the dog was off leash, which it can be on its own property, and it got up ahead of them, and they hear a gunshot, and Bo comes back limping, and they find blood. They ended up having to take him to the emergency vet here in Lincoln, and they had to go to Kansas State to have an operation on Bo, and it's going to cost a couple between $6,000 and $8,000 to have Bo taken care of, which it's really sad. You're on your own property, taking a walk. They don't let people hunt, and their neighbors also don't let people hunt. So they're really confused. They looked around, couldn't find anybody, couldn't find a vehicle. So we're really looking for the public to see if anybody knows something, if anybody has heard somebody talking about shooting a dog in that area or anything like that. Because sad to say, we don't have anything really to go on at this point in time.
And so this is kind of a map of the area. The distance from Martell is at the very top there, and then the red area is kind of where it was at. And so here's a closer kind of view of the block.
On Southwest 29th Street. And there's some acreages and things out there. It's rural out there.
Have you been out there?
I've been past it several different times on there. It's kind of close to the power plant that's out that way by Hallam. It's a little bit to the north of there. But again, one, it's scary that they shot the dog. Now, we don't know if it was a stray bullet or somebody meant to. But, people are out walking and doing that. And that's one thing we always talk about, too, because that was the Sunday of opening deer season. And so, people, if I strongly suggest if you're out walking out on your property and doing any of that, get some hunter orange on, especially during this time of year, just so because there's people out there and it's just safer for you to have that so people can see you.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned that it's kind of that time of year for deer hunting season. Was there any indication that it was maybe tied to that, accidental, on purpose?
We don't know. All of a sudden, they just heard the bang, and Bo came back limping. So, like I said, they didn't hear anybody run off. They didn't hear a car drive off. They didn't hear anything. We couldn't find a round or anything. It would have been very hard unless you knew exactly where it was coming from. But somebody shooting and hitting a dog like that, and with people walking around, we would like to find out who they.
Yeah, and so. Have investigators been able to kind of determine what firearm might have been used yet, or is that?
No, we did not find a projectile on that. With what you can see with his wound and things, it is probably a smaller caliber around, but I can't say 100% sure.
Okay.
But he looks so sad there.
Yeah, he does. It's such a terrible picture. You can almost see maybe there's a tear in his eye.
And I'm sure he does not like the
cone of shame.
Cone shape on his head. That would not be fun for him, I'm sure.
Yeah, and so what would happen legally if the shooter is identified? What's the next step there?
Well, it's going to kind of depend what happened. Were they on land they were legally supposed to be on? Was it just a stray round that accidentally went off? I mean, did they intentionally want to shoot Bo? I mean, there's so many different things that we'd have to determine before, that. Did they shoot from the roadway, which is illegal? So we have a lot more unanswered questions that we'd like to have answered. If somebody has some information, we really would like to get a phone call.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what are he doesn't even have, I would see maybe if it was closer to like a golden retriever who looks similar to a deer, but he has some unique markings on him.
Yes, he does. And, I don't know if he was in high grass area or something like that. It's sad to say some people see some movement and get excited and just shoot and not really get a good identification of what they're shooting at. I'm not saying this is what happened this time, but it does happen. So, and that hence why I say wear hunter orange too.
Mm-hmm. And so if listeners do have information about either of these cases, what should they do?
Give us a call. Crime Stoppers 402-475-3600. We'll take the phone call at the sheriff's office at 402-441-6500. You can call dispatch on any of these. 402-441-6000, and the other numbers that are up there too that we would be any way you'd like to come. We'll take texts, we'll take emails. We'll take anything that helps us solve any cases. And if you have any information on the other people that's on the lookout, we're not just after this one. So if you have information on that, please call those too, and we'll take that information too.
Absolutely. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today.
You bet. Thank you.
Alrighty, so stay tuned to 1011now.com and follow us on all our social platforms. Also, don't forget to watch us anytime on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. From our newsroom to wherever you are, we'll see you on the next stream.
1011 News is everywhere. Download our smart TV apps and follow us on social media at 1011 News.